Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, Ron HD. So yeah, this is gonna be a great time. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, Ron HD, and today we watched M3GAN, the new PG-13, unfortunately, horror film. This is James Wan and Blumhouse production, and same thing with Blumhouse recently. I was not a fan of it. I think its limitations of being PG-13 definitely hindered it. The acting was not great. I hated every character in the movie. And M3GAN was just a very lackluster slasher. She was very boring, and I like Chucky because he's like a person, but he's just stuck in a doll's body, right? That's why Chucky acts like he does, because he's not like an AI or whatever. He's not a super smart, futuristic, whatever. He's voodoo, and yes, it's just as stupid as real as AI, but it's fun. That's why I like the Child's Play in the Chucky movies, because it's fun. Whatever, I'm gonna go on a whole rant. But before I go on a whole rant, even though I just did, I'm gonna tell you why I didn't quite care for this movie and more back at the house.
M3GAN?
Baby, don't kill. Don't provoke us or we will go.
We'd have to shut her down.
Jesus Christ, I thought we were friends.
Might be pretty, but we're still
I have a new primary user now. Me. Did M3GAN do something bad?
What's going on? What are you?
I'm M3GAN.
Baby, don't kill. Don't provoke us or we will.
Hey guys! Welcome back to another episode of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, Time HD, and this week we watched M3GAN, the new Blumhouse film, written by James Wan and produced by Blumhouse. This film is, I'll say I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I did not enjoy it that much, and it was quite boring to me, to me, for the first couple, maybe like the first half of the movie to me just didn't really have a plot. It just seemed like random shit was happening, and the second half isn't much different. M3GAN is not a very good slasher at all. She's very bland and boring, like the rest of the film, so I guess she fits. But, yeah, she's nowhere near Chucky. That's what I'm saying. She's nowhere near Chucky as, like, an iconic slasher that he is. She's nowhere near that. She's not as charismatic. Definitely not. She doesn't have as interesting a backstory. She's just an AI. A smart AI. I don't know. Like, it's weird. And I feel like the problem with PG-13 horror movies, they don't know how to write likable characters. That's my opinion. Because in every PG-13 horror movie that I've seen that I can remember, I hated all the characters. I hate all the characters in this movie. There's not one that I like. And that's not a good thing. But, this movie is just not for me. It's definitely not for me. But the plot that I could find is that this toy company wants to make, like, the best toy on the world or whatever. And then the main character, she makes M3GAN. She, like, finishes M3GAN. She does all that. And she pairs her up with her niece, whose parents died in hilarious fashion at the beginning of the movie. I think it was funny because I hated both of them anyway. And I didn't even know their names, so I didn't care, and it was just funny how they were talking about, hey, maybe we could just wait here and the snow truck will get all the snow. Then they instantly get flattened by a snow truck. It's fucking hilarious. It's so ironic, and it's like, I don't even know what they were trying to go for there, but it's funny. Like, that's the only time I laughed ironically at the movie, except for, like, one other time. And I'll get to that in a bit. But, the movie was just, as I said, boring. The plot is M3GAN, they make M3GAN, she kills, like, 4 people, 5 if you include a dog, and then she gets stabbed with a knife, and then she becomes like one with the eye cloud or whatever. Sorry. She becomes like one with the eye cloud or whatever. She's one with Apple Heaven, and she's like able to take control of other electronic things. Don't you dare make a sequel to this movie. I know it's successful, but do not make a sequel to this movie. I know you're gonna make one, but please don't. I don't want one, and I don't need it. You know, I don't want to have to watch it. Even though I don't have to, but I will. Oh, man. But yeah, the plot is basically M3GAN is bad, and she wants to kind of wants to kill people. I guess I don't really understand her motives, to be honest. I mean, her motives are like, oh yeah, so she wants to protect the little girl, who I hate in the movie. I hate everybody, but I hate her a lot. Yeah, she's trying to protect the girl. As I said, hated every character, her included. So she wants to protect the girl, but then at the end of the movie, the girl betrays her, and then M3GAN becomes her own primary user, and she just doesn't like people anymore. She doesn't like, I don't know. She's her own primary user, she's independent, she can do what she wants. I found myself very, very bored at almost every scene. Like, I really didn't care about any of the characters at all. And the ones that died were either annoying, not even a character. Yeah, that's just two options. They were either annoying or not even a character. Pretty much everybody that died, except for, like, one of them wasn't even a character. So, like, the nothing characters are basically the neighbor and a kid that gets run over. And the other scene that I ironically laughed at is when M3GAN, like, shoves him into the road, and he gets hit by a car. His shoe just stays into the street like some Looney Tunes sketch, and it's ridiculous. And that is the only other time I laughed at the movie, ironically. And that's the second time I laughed at all in the movie. But, I also just think, for people saying this movie gets away with a lot in PG-13, I mean, yeah, it got away with a little bit, but it's just blood. You know, there's no, like, gore in the movie. It's just, like, some blood. And I feel like PG-13 movies have pushed the envelope a bit more. You know, I just feel like more... I mean, yeah, it did surprise me a little bit when there was a little bit of blood, but it was kind of, like, far away, and it wasn't that visible, or it was, like, kind of small amount, or it was, like, kind of dark. So they kind of hid it a little bit. It wasn't, like, R-rated kind of blood, definitely not. But, I mean, I guess it did... It definitely felt like a PG-13 movie. Let me get that straight. Because if this was rated R, honestly, I think I would have been okay with this movie if the plot was terrible, but it was fun to watch. Right? If you had stupid, goofy kills, she killed a bunch of people, and that's what happened. She just kills a bunch of people, and it's goofy and silly. I think also another problem with this movie, it just takes itself too seriously. You know, with a ridiculous plot, like a toy, like, AI doll going alive and killing people, it's like, you can't really take that seriously. Like, why would you try to take that seriously? Because it's a stupid plot. You know, a lot of horror movies have stupid plots, and I feel like the people that make it know that. At least the ones that I watch. And the people that make it are self-aware, and it's goofy. And not always goofy, but it's, like, fun. You know? It's not all serious all the time. I'm not saying it doesn't have to be serious, it's just not serious 100%. There's only, like, a few jokes here and there, and none of them made me laugh, which is, comedy is subjective. I don't judge you if you laughed at them. One of the problems with this movie is it's just too serious. You know, with the plot with the plot that it has, it's kind of a ridiculous plot, so why are you trying to take it so seriously? I feel like it could have helped with a bit of self-awareness. Maybe a bit of, like... I feel like this movie also would have been better if it was rated R. You know, if this movie was rated R, the blood would have been better, the gore would have been better, and apparently one of the original screenwriters that made this movie said the original script was way gorier, which means this film was originally rated R, so what happened? Oh, I know what happened. Money. That's what happened. They want money. It's true. rated R movies do not make as much money as PG-13. Understandable. But for me, I don't have problems with PG-13 movies. I do have a problem with PG-13 horror movies that probably should just be rated R. And this is an example. You can do a PG-13 horror movie. Nothing wrong with that. But I feel like you should try to have a limit with your PG-13 horror movie. But I don't think I've ever been scared by a PG-13 horror movie. Just saying. Nothing against it, but personally never been scared by them. And I think this movie should have just been rated R. Let's get real. This movie should have been rated R. It should have had gore. It should have had blood. It should have had more, like, it should have had elements of a slasher movie. If this is, maybe this is a slasher film, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it is. But it didn't feel like one. Because slasher movies, like, I don't want to say it. Well, I do want to say it, but Terrifier 2 is a good example of this. I loved Terrifier 2. And the reason I loved it is because it was exactly what I see in a modern-day slasher film. Great gore, great effects, it's funny, and it's stupid. I love a slasher film or a horror film nowadays that's stupid. Yes, I love serious ones, but I also love stupid ones. You know I love stupid movies. I have a whole series reviewing fucking Steven Seagal. You know I love-hate relationship. But, yeah. As I was saying, movie needs to be rated R. And another thing is, I mean, the little girl did okay, but I feel like I didn't really connect with the characters at all. Like, I didn't really care about anything that was happening. And, like, you know, nothing against the actors, okay? They're all fine actors. Nothing against them. But I just feel like I didn't really like the material they were given, you know. I didn't really like the script much at all. I couldn't even really laugh at it because the script was just so mediocre. You know, it's not like the script was god-awful. It was And also, the film was really unengaging, like I said before. And another thing is that the film was just really predictable, you know. I just feel like I saw everything coming from a mile away. Like, I thought they were gonna kill the two, like, main characters' friends during the movie. I thought they were gonna kill them for sure. In every horror movie, like, the best friend of the main character is always dead meat. You know what I mean? Like, that's just fact. If you have a best friend in a horror movie, that one's gonna die. It's just, that's how horror movies work. But no, they don't die. Spoilers, by the way, if you want to see this movie. They don't die. And I feel like too many people survived in this movie. The two people that actually, like, had screen time that died, honestly, I didn't like either of them. So, all the people that died, I didn't really like. So, to be honest, I wouldn't recommend this film. To horror fans, to really anybody. I mean, if you think you'll enjoy it, knock yourself out. But, my personal opinion, I wouldn't see it. I wouldn't see it. I don't recommend it. But, I think I've said what I need to say, said my piece. So, I rate this film a 5 out of 10. Not a big fan. Not for me. So, yeah. I think I've said what I need to say. So, guys, thanks for watching this video. You know, hope you like it. Share with your friends. Subscribe, turn those notifications on. Comment down below how much you liked it. But, you know, I didn't mean any of that. What I really meant to say was, hope you guys hated this video. Unsubscribe, dislike, tell me how much you hate me in the comments. Signing off. Yeah, I forgot about the fucking movie already.
Second? Probably. It was a little long-winded.
I have a lot to say.